It's October, so this is the 10th month I've been taking you through the dawn of the modern Marvel age with the facsimile editions of every issue of the Fantastic Four. And here we have issue 10 from October 9th, 1962. This came out exactly 10 years to the day before my brother was born. And as you can see right on the cover, we have the first appearance in a Marvel comic anywhere. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, the creators of the Fantastic Four and the Marvel Universe. Now, right on the inside cover, you can see another ad for Yubi-Waza, which is something I've been having a lot of fun with all year every time I come across it in a comic. And I started looking many months ago to see if I could actually track down one of these send-away books for the Oriental system of Yubi-Waza. And on eBay, there have been sitting there several newer paperback reprints of this original system, all at around $150 a piece. I am not spending $150 for a modern paperback reprint of some old garbage. That is until exactly 7 days ago, when an original Yubi-Waza pamphlet from 1964, I believe, popped up on eBay for $50. But that was the opening bid. But it also said, make an offer. I waited about a day. It had about 100 people watching the auction, and I offered $75 and went to work. By the time I got home, he had counter-offered me $150 and raised the starting bid from $50 to $150. I immediately declined the offer. The auction sat there for the rest of the 7 days. All of the views died out quickly, and by the last day, it had no more views other than me watching to see it end miserably. And when it did, it was just auto-relisted again for another week for another $150. But I guess after about an hour or two, he caught on that it was relisted and he dropped the price to $95 or make an offer. We'll see what happens over the course of the next week. So here we have the return of Dr. Doom. Now this will make his third appearance, which catches him up with Namor the Submariner having 3 appearances. So out of the first 10 issues, you've only got 2 bad guys that take up 6 of those. That just leaves the Mole Man with a single appearance, the Skrulls with a single appearance, and the Super Skrull? And who else? Oh, that guy that hypnotizes people. I didn't even remember his stupid name. So let's get into the story. Reed is working on some type of a electronic X-ray camera to take a picture of Sue while she's invisible. The Fantastic Four signal goes up from the Thing, and the team finds they've somehow locked themselves into their own laboratory by a nuclear mechanism. Reed tries to stretch under the door to find the Fantasticar to somehow save them, ends up at the pogo plane, which doesn't help, and Johnny learns that he can concentrate his flame so much that it burns without heat. I can only guess that means he's shooting lasers? Anyways, they're free. They take off through the city to go find what is the trouble, Ben? And they find him. He's just hanging out with Alicia, and he wants to show the team her new puppets. Hooray. And there's the hypnosis beard man himself, whatever his name was. Over at the offices of Marvel Comics, can you believe it? We have a conversation between Jack Kirby and Stan Lee talking about what do we do for the next issue of their comic. And you can see the other superheroes, Ant-Man, Hulk, and Thor. No Spider-Man. Was he out yet? I can't remember. And who walks in? None other than Dr. Doom, who we last saw in issue 6 being shot off into space hanging onto a meteor. And we go right into a pinup page. All right, he explains that they better summon Reed to the Marvel offices to discuss coming up with ideas for their next comic. This is crazy. Or he'll kill them like he did their ashtray. Reed puts on his stretchy clothes and heads right on in, where Doom shoots him with a gas gun and teleports away. That's where he reveals what became of him. He ran into these aliens called ovoids who are seemingly all-powerful, and they taught him the art of switching bodies by transporting his mind into someone else. And so, therefore, he does it to Reed. There you go. Now they swap places. The rest of the team break in, And they battle Doom, which is actually Reed. And Reed, who is actually Doom, heads off with the team. Well, no, they're still contemplating ways to torture and kill Dr. Doom / Reed. Okay, so here's where it gets confusing. Doom Reed traps Reed Doom in this plexiglass prison and talks about how he's actually Doom and he's actually Reed. Apparently the rest of the team just vanished, but it looks like Sue Storm was still hovering around in the background, invisible. Why is she invisible? Because as the story goes on, you find out, no, she left as well. She doesn't hear this conversation go on. If she had just stayed in the background while invisible, the rest of the story wouldn't unfold the way it does. But such is life. Now the team head back to the Baxter building, or wherever their headquarters is now, and they find that all of the missing zoo animals come out of Reed's office, and they've been miniaturized. That's when Reed goes home and says, oh yeah, well listen guys, I was making this other type of device. It's a reducing ray, and if the dinosaurs were smaller, they would be smart enough to rule the earth today, so I figured I'd shrink all of you, you'd keep your powers, I'd bring you back to full size and your powers would be enhanced. Yeah, that's the ticket. We're on board, Reed. Zap us down to minuscule size even. What a bunch of idiots. Meanwhile, Doom Reed, or Reed Doom, whatever I've been calling him, is trying to escape. And he does. And Alicia's there in his castle. I don't remember how she got there. And Sue is back there again? Invisible? What? Is everyone like teleporting back and forth? Oh, yeah, Spider-Man's out. They're talking about Amazing Fantasy 15, where Spider-Man last appeared, so. Okay, so Sue knocks out her future husband-to-be. The Thing picks up his corpse and wants to myrtleize him, and they bring him back to Reed Doom, who trips him. Okay, now here's another weird power. Johnny knows there's construction workers outside throwing dynamite in a hole, so he uses his heat powers to mirror the dynamite to make a mirage to make it look like it's inside the room with them. I don't know. Doom Reed jumps on it, and Reed Doom tries to save himself, and that's how they figure out, wait a minute, they must have switched bodies. Once they figure it out, the spell is broken, they switch back, and now Doom is scared. They zap him with the reducing ray that were used on the stolen zoo animals. I wonder what the real reason why they were stolen was. And he shrinks into nothingness, and he's gone. That was an exceptionally stupid story. But the next issue should be better because they bring in the Impossible Man, so we're getting a new villain. Good. We know Dr. Doom will somehow make his way back. Eventually, he'll probably become a good or compelling character. As of right now, he's pretty stupid. So out at the same time on the shelves from Marvel Comics was Linda Carter Student Nurse issue 9, Tales of Suspense issue 37, Strange Tales issue 104, which had a solo Human Torch story, Kid Colt Outlaw issue 108, and Millie the Model issue 112. So, the only Marvel superheroes on shelves at the time were these 4 guys. And the Torch was on twice. The rest were books for girls, westerns, and DC. Wonder what DC had out at the time. I didn't look it up because I haven't for the previous 9 issues. Maybe that's something I should have done. But that's not really what I'm doing here. I'm telling the tale of the dawn of the modern Marvel age. And that's all I got for now. I'll see you next time.